Hey guys, we are here at Avalon in Alpharetta today. Now this was built in 2014 and is an 86-acre mixed-use development. We have housing, we have restaurants, we have shopping, retail, hotel, convention center. It gives you a full atmosphere of living in one location. Let's go take a look. It was one of the first developments in Georgia to really blend luxury living with a dynamic mix of high-end dining, retail, and entertainment. And I think this is really what's kind of helped establish itself as almost an unofficial city center for Alpharetta, but also a destination for Atlantans alike. Now, its proximity is right off Georgia 400, so it's really easy to get to on and off the highway, and especially if you're making a day trip up from the city, or it's kind of, to me, one of the anchor reasons of why Alpharetta has really come into its own as such an affluent up-and-coming suburb. Now, it was built with sustainability in mind, and this is really interesting because for the area, it has green roofs, energy-efficient systems, and eco-friendly materials. The design does prioritize environmental responsibility, but also keeps that luxury feeling as well. So just from looking at it, you wouldn't necessarily know that they really put that much of an emphasis on the eco and green living, but it is something to make it a wonderfully sustainable environment. Now, Avalon does span across 86 acres and is really just known for being a pedestrian-friendly area. That's because the main strip, which is going to be Avalon Boulevard, runs the entire length from one side to the other, where you have the east side near the highway anchored by the hotel. Now, this does fall under the Marriott umbrella, so if you have points or you're looking for a Marriott place to stay, this is a great option. It's super cool what they did on the entrance. They have this cool kind of green wall with a swing that you can hang out front, great for social media pictures. The lobby is very nice. There's a nice bar there as well, and South City Kitchen if you're looking for dining options. Now behind me here is Avalon Hotel, and this is an anchor of the community because what we have are 337 rooms, followed by 44,000 feet of convention center space. So this makes it very easy, especially on the highway. If you're just getting off, whether it's work or leisure, it's easily accessible, and you have something that is a little bit for everyone. Now this place holds a special part of my heart because this is actually where our wedding party stayed when I got married in Roswell a few years ago. And it was a wonderful choice because it enabled us to have a large amount of guests, and all of them could walk throughout the community and do their own things as they wanted to stay. But you also have the rooms, coffee, you have Starbucks right down here, the bars across the street, which makes it very convenient for family members, and a spa right down here as well with Woodhouse Spa. So it's very, very convenient and a great focal point of Avalon. And then over the west end, you have all of the actual owner-occupied living with the townhomes and single-family residences. Now, one of the best things about Avalon is just Avalon Boulevard. It is one giant street that runs the entire strip of the location and gives you access to all the shops and restaurants. Now, you have some great spots over here, Superica, Branch and Barrel, Cafe Intermezzo. You can grab a drink and actually walk around here. It is open container, and that's what makes it very friendly for a date night or getting out with friends. A lot of options. The walkability is a big draw up here, especially when we're competing with things that the city has, like the Beltline, where people can just get out from one area to another. They can walk, ride a bike, scooters, anything like that. Avalon is kind of our northern suburb next best thing. And it does connect on the back end to the Alpha Loop, which is almost like a mini Beltline for us that we'll cover in another video. Another additional benefit is, in addition to the walkability, it does include wheelchair access, especially from the parking lots. There's ramps everywhere on the sidewalks, and it does make it pretty easy, regardless of a person's capabilities, to navigate it pretty freely, which is wonderful. In addition to really focusing on the residents and consumers that are coming to engage, there is a very pet-friendly atmosphere. And this is what draws in a lot of people as well. Where you have the residents living there, they can also just bring their dog down. There is a dog park over near the actual west side on the owner-occupied townhouses. And a lot of the shops and restaurants are okay with dogs coming in. We do have patio seating for some of the shops and restaurants, which makes it easy, especially during the summer and warmer months. If you want to bring your pup along, they'll give you a bowl of water, and you really don't have to worry about leaving them at home. Now, as far as the shopping goes, there are a ton of high-end restaurants here. You have some of our anchor stores, which is going to be Apple, there's a Whole Foods Market, you have Our House, Crate and Barrel, things like Peloton, and then everything else in between. And what they've tried to do across over 570,000 square feet of retail space is get most of the things you would have to go into the city for and then bring them out to Avalon. And that makes it very easy where, unless you have specific reasons to go into the city, it is kind of our open air mall, especially up in Alpharetta. They do take pride on kind of mixing that luxury brand with the local boutique. You have plenty of stores that are going to be very familiar to people as well, especially just walking around, like Lululemon. There's a Tesla dealership that was there. You have Pottery Barn, Williams Sonoma, Pierre Millar, Mayors if you're looking for jewelry, or they have a Rolex authorized dealership as well if you're into watches like I am. And then between all of that, there's kind of everything else. You have Allbirds, you have West Elm, a little bit of option for everything, especially as far as like stationery stores go. There's a kids store, and it really creates kind of an all-in-one experience for people of all ages. Now, when it comes to dining, this is a great part of Avalon. There's 12 dozen chef-driven restaurants. You have high-end things like Coletta, which is an Italian restaurant. You have Oak Steakhouse, which is wonderful, as well as Rumi's Kitchen and a few others that kind of offer an upscale dining routine. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more casual, where you're just trying to pop in and grab something to eat, you have Marlowe's Tavern, Kona Grill, you have Superica, Branch and Barrel, Antico Pizza, and then even places like Five Daughters Bakery, South City Kitchen, and all of the breweries and taps we have as well. The Barley Garden is a great place to just pop in, get a draft beer, and then you can kind of just walk around and enjoy everything as well. As we mentioned, a lot of the restaurants do have that kind of open patio seating, creating a lively social atmosphere. Especially during the warmer months, we really see everyone kind of come out and actually enjoy being outdoors, which, being from Georgia and as hot as it gets, it is one of my favorite aspects of the area. This kind of indoor outdoor living, and I think Avalon does that really well. As far as entertainment goes, there is in the center pavilion the Regal Cinemas, which is a 12-screen theater. There's a giant fountain. There is a little squirrel park, which is actually just a playground park for the kids. And then the pavilion itself, which is actually called the Plaza.
Now here we are in the center of Avalon community, and this is where most of the people are going to be found. Now, it's very easy to get to because we do have valet and parking on all sides. Now, this green space behind me is turf, so you can use it all throughout the year. One of the nice things is they actually did just construct this stage behind me so that on the weekends they have concerts going on, they fill out, people bring their chairs, especially if they live in the community or nearby, and it becomes a little bit of a concert. Now, you do have the restaurants flanking me on all sides, as well as Regal Cinemas, where you have 12 screens and it's a central focus point of the community. One of the nice things, though, is in winter, this actually turns into a skating rink. So all of the kids can come, you can enjoy, you can show off your skating skills, which, if living in Georgia, I don't know why everyone is so freakishly good at ice skating. But this is kind of the central location where you'd expect to find most of the happenings.
And we're going to see that a lot, whether it's kids on the weekends that are getting dropped off as kind of a hangout spot, or families or local residents coming. There is a little bit for everyone to kind of just enjoy. The plaza does transfer into a little bit of a winter wonderland, which is really nice, especially in the holiday season. There's an annual tree lighting ceremony, and the streets always have these canopy string lights, which is really nice at nighttime for decorations and ambiance. A super exciting thing, especially going into 2025, is Avalon is going to be home to my new office. Now, that is going to be part of the 750,000 square feet of office space, which is a Class A gigabyte facility and offers internet speeds that are 100 times faster than what you would typically find. This is super great for anyone that wants to work there. They have an Industrious, which has a co-working space as well, where you can go, you can get your work done, and if you need to stretch your legs, rather than just pacing around the office, you can just go hang out and walk around Avalon. Literally one of the most exciting things, and I will actually looking forward to going into the office each day. As far as living at Avalon, this is a unique experience. You have luxury apartments which are above the retail shops, and you'll kind of see throughout the community, and then you have townhouses and single family homes that are attached on the west side. And this is where there's a lot more green space, Everything looks very put together, and there are a lot of options. Now, across all of these, there's over 637 units, but I think the showstopper here is really the single family homes because they look like unassuming townhouses from the outside, but when you go in, they are wide walled, they all have interior courtyards, a lot of them with plunge pools, and they are very spacious homes that don't feel like townhouses. So if it's something where you're looking for an upscale living experience with access to just step outside with your pet or walk and shop and have restaurants and things to do right outside your door, Avalon offers that in spades. If I had to be in Georgia the rest of my life and I was going to be living in Alpharetta, I would aim to be living in Avalon. That's how much I think the live, work, play lifestyle is very easy and convenient there. So wrapping it up, why visit Avalon? Well, honestly, it's a one-stop destination. Avalon brings together the shopping, the dining, the entertainment, and residential options in one luxurious, meticulously planned community. And we've actually seen that planning fill over to other suburbs as well, where if you go a little bit further north, you have kind of Avalon Junior and Halcyon. And then we're also seeing a lot of other city centers kind of adopt this same mold. And it's really beneficial to the greater Atlanta area that more areas embrace this because it takes away the pressure of having to be in the city and creates this option of living in tons of different locations across all price points for residents. It's perfect for day trips and visitors. It really can give you a fun-filled day, whether you're out shopping, catching a movie, bringing the kids, looking for things to do. As far as it being a business and social hub, it attracts the professionals and the residents, as well as providing spaces that just kind of foster connections among locals and businesses in the area. To me, Avalon isn't just a mall or a shopping experience. It's a unique mix of upscale apartments, boutique shops, gourmet restaurants, and even event spaces that Alpharetta residents and visitors can enjoy. This is why, to me, it's the unofficial city center of Alpharetta, and if we're looking for things to do on the weekend with the kids, this is where we tend to go. Now, if you have questions on Avalon or found this video helpful, don't forget down below is my Alpharetta guide that I've created. It's completely free for you to download and just be able to understand a little bit more about the city, whether you're relocating or new to the area, but I'm happy to answer questions as well. And if you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks so much.